Nice. We are somewhere in Florida for the Blitzball World Series. The guys in green gain another victory and the top seed. Let's talk Blitzball. Welcome to the Blitzball Boys, the podcast about Blitzball and boys, but lately about Blitzball. I'm your co-host, Brendan Ruppel, along with my fellow host, Peter Del Rey.
Hey, Brendan.
Hey.
Last episode I said regular season coming to a close, and now it is officially closed. We are starting the playoffs after this episode.
You teed it up. It happened. You're correct. I wasn't sure if it was going to happen. I was worried. I was like, oh, man, Peter might be wrong. You were dead on.
Nope. Perfectly dead on.
Premonitions.
Some may say.
Yeah.
Had great premonitions.
You ever get probably your palms read or like get tarot cards or anything like that?
My palms are red.
From clapping during this game?
No, I dipped my hand into some permanent paint when I was a child.
Oh.
Yeah.
It stinks.
Red paint.
But
this was my favorite game so far, which is weird to say. Because I don't think it's been the best game.
Mm-hmm.
But it was my favorite. It was very strange seeing Adam struggle on the mound like he did.
Yeah.
Jack is gross. Patrick Jacob, gross.
Yeah.
Luke James, gross. Kind of rude to David. But
sorry, David. Peter's been on a rude streak. If you were here last week, you know Peter's rude now.
Last week?
Oh, this week. Wow. But 2 days ago, probably, I guess, at this point.
Wow, we're really spacing these out.
I'm sure you spaced out. We'd both just like...
We froze. We got spacey.
Look into space.
But I want to talk about a lot of things. I don't think it's fair to talk about anything until you do your burn.
Okay.
I'm burning!
Yow, my palms are red. It's Swisher versus Gainesville, and Jack mows down the Swisher lineup with his Bresna hands tied behind his back. Swisher has their ace in the mound, but this time country singer Luke James busts a Knudsen to right field for a 3-run shot. A young man with no pants on takes him out, and he is filthy. The relief combination of Patrick and Jacob shut the door on Swisher. Gainesville wins 3-0. Different variation.
Who's Luke James?
Who is he?
Yeah.
It just sounds like a country singer's name because I guess it sounds like Luke Bryan or somebody like that. And
Luke? You just the word Luke. The name is Luke. And you're like, that's country.
Luke James sounds like Luke. It's the cadence of a big, burly, bearded
It's just Luke. Man. It's just Luke. Tell the truth. The word Luke is a country name.
James is a different guy.
What?
I thought you were making a joke about the two first names.
I'm not making a joke. I'm saying
okay.
Luke is a country name. That's what the whole joke boils down to.
I guess that is. Yeah, sure. I guess that's fair.
Is it Patrick or is it Jacob? Is it Luke or is it James? It's the best joke of the podcast, Brennan, and you just didn't do it.
I did a version. I can't just keep doing the same one over.
Is it Lucas or is it Ramsey?
I gotta leave them wanting more sometimes.
Is it Adam or is it Knudsen?
I also...
Is it Adam or is it Bustin?
I wanted to be ruder to who was it? Patrick Jacob who had like the long shirt and like the short shorts.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, it's a look that I've gone with before to a party where I've gone with the 5-inch seam shorts and a very long shirt, so it looks like you're wearing. It's like if you're a lady post coitus. And you wear like the guy's button-down top with like female underwear on. Oh, that's kind of the look that he had. That's kind of what he had going.
You're just gonna keep digging this hole.
It looks like he's not wearing pants.
I'm trying to find it on the YouTubes.
But yeah, I've worn that exact outfit to a party. Everyone was like, "Whoa, Brendan, your thighs are too white to be sporting those 5-inch
holy
shorties."
Who is that? Yeah, I think that is. I think so.
Mm-hmm. Good pitcher. Good looks.
All the Gainesville guys they're good at everything.
Yeah.
Like, I know that they locked up the #1 seed. They fully made a fan out of me in this game. I feel like they got great personality. They made a fan out of me. I think they're going to win the whole thing. They look undoubtedly
this looks like a
team,
like a squadron.
Yeah.
But just fashion advice. Wear a shorter jersey.
Wear shorter shirts. Wear a
Wear
crop
belly
top
shirts.
jersey.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Wear a crop top jersey. Is that right? Let's see. Is it Patrick?
Crop top.
Or is it Drake? Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about now. It does look like he's just wearing a shirt.
See?
Gotta fix that. Gotta fix that, Pat.
But maybe it helps him pitch. I don't know.
Jack and Pat. Well, I guess we're going with this now. Pat. We're just going to call him Pat.
Scum Pat.
Their pitching was disgusting. Disgusting. We haven't seen any pitchers, including Adam in this tournament, throw the ball as well as Jack and Patrick are throwing it. Jack's riser is one of the most ridiculous risers I think I've ever seen in my life.
That one so they were like kind of laughing at Adam for swinging at one of the risers. Like that one like hit the fucking top of the backstop. Like, well, yeah, where across the plate though, it maybe just missed the top pipe.
Right.
And then it kept fucking going up.
To be fair,
nuts.
They also did say, "Oh, if Adam's swinging at that means it's a good pitch." So,
Peter's nice today. No longer.
I'm
rude.
nice.
Nice.
Well, just you know
Just
what,
you
Brendan?
wait.
For that, everyone sucks.
All right, real big fish.
Well, you know what? That's a perfect segue because somebody really let me down with their pitching today. 3 players advanced via the hit by pitch on Gainesville. All coming from 4 people did, but 3 of them came from Adam. He allowed 2 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts. He had to be, relieved in the first inning by his own doing.
I don't think you know this, but do you know what the rules are if Adam had to come in and pitch again if the game needed it because he didn't record 3 outs?
Well, the way that I've been thinking, I don't know it, but the way that I've been thinking it is it's not an innings thing, it's an outs thing. So I think he could have come back in for one more out.
That would make sense.
I think so. But he didn't have to because they stunk at the plate as well.
They sure did.
They almost got perfect gamed.
Yeah.
They almost got perfect game. If Patrick, or is it Jacob, didn't let up that single, which is really an error, they would have gotten perfect gamed, Swisher.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I want to quickly rewind back to Jack's outing just because we were talking about like how dirty Gainesville pitching is. I think they mentioned in the broadcast too how I didn't realize it was a different pitch than just a regular screwball at first until they mentioned it. They said like, oh man, he doesn't break out that splitter very often. And then they did the slow-mo replay and I realized that it did. Like he threw it almost sidearm, which should have given it just simply like a horizontal motion. And it goes left and comes right a little bit, but also goes straight down. It was like a weird little snake. I'm like, oh, okay, that's... Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but when I want to throw that, I think you put the knuckle in there. You put your right... if you're right-handed, you put your... I guess it doesn't matter. Just you have the same fingers on both hands.
Well, not everybody.
Not everybody. But you put your right knuckle down, you hold it with your middle finger, and then you throw it like a sidearm sinker. And it gets that side and down action. Wow. But I thought it looked especially dirty. But like when you're watching it quickly, they throw these balls so hard. Sometimes you're just like, oh, that ball moved a lot. That was crazy. When they slowed it down, like, oh, that like the trajectory and shape of that pitch was different than just your average sinker. Because that's the beauty of it. Because you can throw from the same slot and just change your grip a little bit, and it'll give it just change the pitch entirely. So you can't just go up based off of the arm slack. Oh, he's throwing it from this angle. I know what that ball is going to do.
Right. His arsenal is disgusting. I don't know how anybody is going to get like significant hits off of this Gainesville team because it's not just Jack. Patrick was also throwing these balls that I have no idea how they were moving the way they did, but they were like accurate, very accurate. Mm-hmm. Usually when you throw a ball that moves that much, it's kind of like we're going to let this go and hopefully it's close. It seems like these guys know exactly where these balls are going to be going. And they're a scary, scary team because they could do it on both ends. Yeah,
no matter what, like even if it was just the pitching end, they're going to shut you down so they give their shitty batting a chance.
Right.
They hit really well.
They
but
do.
On the pitching side, it is nuts though in general in this tournament. Like the good pitchers, how good they are. Like you've been saying about how crazy it is you're able to control this speed and movement at the same time. That's what, when you're at this level, at this Blitzball World Series, you need guys that have that electricity, but are able to just harness it and keep it in that little box. It is easy to throw the ball super hard, and it'll move no matter what if you throw it really hard. But we've seen tons and tons of walks in this tournament, and Gainesville's not one of those teams that has walked the field to give themselves a chance to win. And who hits that home run, Peter?
I can't remember if it's Luke or if it's James.
I can't remember either. One of them, though.
One of those two. Before we get too far away from it, I do want to mention Jordan Schroeder came in relief of Adam in the first inning.
Schrodinger's vomit?
Not a total... Whoa, callback.
Whoa.
I can't believe you remembered that from a couple of days.
From days and days ago.
He comes in relief of Adam in the first. There's a runner on first and second. Immediately hits... I can't remember who, but he hit somebody with a pitch to load the bases. Mm-hmm. And I said, oh, my goodness, this is where Gainesville's going to get 5, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic resiliency. We love it. To strike out the next batter. And I believe it was Jack. I want to say Luke walked to go down first base, and then he strikes out Jack in the to end the inning, keep it at 3. Very winnable game for them.
Yeah, knowing Swisher's
Patrick Jacob
too.
comes up and, completely stalls them.
Right.
And there were 5 strikeouts.
Not being super familiar with the team still, even though we've seen him once, I was like, oh, this could be like a real game on our hands, because like the fact that they didn't just let it run up to the max and kept it at 3, they have a chance to put up a number here.
Yeah.
Give themselves a chance to win. But Patrick Jacob, as soon as you see the first at bat, you're like, this guy is just too electric, the best of the hitters. Right. As long as this guy's throwing strikes, you're not going to touch him.
Yep. Not going to touch him.
Not going to touch him.
But good. Jordan, great job keeping resilient in that. It stinks how they ended up batting, but Gainesville is just like disgusting in all aspects.
Yeah. Yeah, much deserved to that top seed.
I anticipate, Luke to be ranked after this tournament. I anticipate Patrick and Jack to jump up the rankings at the end of this tournament.
It was funny that they're mentioning that in the broadcast how Luke James is like, I can't believe he's still hitting 4th. And in my head, it didn't make sense at first. Like, well, yeah, of course, he's hitting the home runs. And I remember, well, I guess when your entire lineup is only 4 guys, he's technically hitting last in the lineup. So I guess that's what they mean by, like, yeah, okay, he should probably move up in the order because they're a better hitter on this team. But that's the power of Gainesville right now. Like, their number 4 guy out of 4 has hit, I guess, the most home runs in this tournament. I don't know if anyone's hit 2 yet.
Trent has 2 technically.
Yes. I would assume if we were like as a scorekeeper, that would be single error.
Yeah, but we're not that high tech here,
right?
At the Blitzball boys.
That's true.
So,
Luke James tied.
Luke James, you did it.
You've done it again.
I really think Gainesville is going to. I don't think, like, just off the top of my head, I don't think there's a team as good as Gainesville.
Especially now that they have to lose twice. That's a huge deal.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive. These 4 guys are really, really, really good. All 4 of them.
Do you know how demoralizing it is to be in a championship against an undefeated team in a double elimination match? It's like, it happened to me a lot I played a lot of knock hockey as a kid at camp, and we'd always do double elimination tournaments. And you kind of forget when you're playing, like you're playing against somebody that needs to lose twice, and you beat them like, oh my God, I just won the championship. And you're like, oh, wait a second. Like, because you get so lost in the heat of things. Like, yeah. Okay, well, it just feels like such a daunting task going into it, and then having to play all over again. So anyone that may beat Gainesville, I don't know, you want to put them in that losers bracket early. You don't want to have to let them get to the championship undefeated.
Yeah, but they may just do that. They may do just that.
They may just do that.
Player of the game.
Player of the game.
My player of the game has changed, Brendan.
Oh!
I told you who I said it was going to be at first. I've changed my mind. And I will be giving my player of the game to Jack Bresnahan. How do you say it?
Bresnahan.
I think. Sorry, Jack.
Wow. Was it because he mowed down the Swisher lineup with his Bresnahans tied behind his back?
You took the words right out of my mouth, Brendan. Must have been while you were kissing me. It was because he mowed down the lineup. He got his 2 strikeouts, and then he made a fantastic play. I believe the ball was fouled. He made the run. Fouled up in the air. He made the run, made the catch. Got out of the first inning, 1-2-3. Real momentum killer before they even had a chance to get going. Not to mention, like we said, his risers are crazy. His what did you call his screwball?
The splitter, I think they labeled it.
The splitter is ridiculous.
Yeah.
He showed the composure needed to start it. Essentially, remember when like openers were a thing in baseball? Mm-hmm. That's what Jack was here. He closed the game out before it even started. And that's why he's my player of the game.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of players, even if they're a great pitcher, need a little bit of a buffer before they really get going. Like, because blitzballs are really hard to throw. It's hard to just walk up there, even if you play all the time. Sometimes you need like an at bat or so to really get your groove going a little bit. These guys, both his pitchers, like we're talking about our guy Jack right now, but both Jack and Patrick and Jacob, they all started their pitching and immediately just like were able to throw strikes immediately and not give anyone a chance to build momentum on the base paths. Just great work. Hard to do.
Great work. They deserved it. Play of the game.
Play the game. Peter, I thank you for giving the award you did, because it gives me the opportunity to not talk about the same thing twice in a row by giving Luke James the play of the game for his 3-run home run. Because otherwise, that is the play of the game that happened. That was the deciding home run. All of the scoring was done on that play itself. The game ended 3-0. It was a 3-run home run.
Yeah, he's really making himself a premier hitter in this tournament based on, like, I know it's kind of stupid to say, like, oh, the home run hitter is the best hitter, but, like, he's showing up as reliable. You have 2 games to show your worth. He shows up and has impactful plays in both of the games as their number 4 and final hitter. Yeah. That's huge. Luke James, like I said, I'm fully expecting him to be ranked once this tournament is over because he has impacted both games that he's played in.
It is huge. I mean, and especially in games that are this short, too. They're 2-inning games. If you're able to hit a home run in that short span, that makes a huge impact on that game, and it gives your team a crazy opportunity to win. I also do like how the booth teed it up a little bit. I think they mentioned, I don't know exactly how they said it, but they're like, would it be crazy if Luke hits another home run here? It's not going to happen, but we'll see who cranks one.
Absolutely destroys it.
Yeah.
He's being a consistent hitter. Is he hot at the right time, or is this how he is? I don't know.
Do you remember what baseball player it was in the Twins that Trevor Plouffe called the home run for like twice in 2 years? Kirilloff, was it? Alex Kirilloff?
I don't know.
I think this happened with Trevor Plouffe and Alex Kirilloff. Trevor Plouffe is not usually on the broadcast either, and he's maybe more so right now at this point. But I think he, the past 2 years in a row, has told, I think, Kirilloff that he has to hit a home run the day he's broadcasting and then to kiss up to the booth.
Yeah, it's Kirilloff.
Yeah. So, I think that's
you're
cool.
Right. Wow, that's crazy. What a good memory, Brendan.
I'm a genius.
Genius.
Sometimes people forget.
I've never remembered.
I was in advanced learning programs in elementary school. Don't forget. People say it's not. That's not what it was.
People said I was so smart that I had to take extra classes.
I had to go to school all summer.
Sometimes they took me out of one class to put me in another one.
Because I couldn't read.
Because I couldn't speak right.
I said everything perfectly backwards. It was actually kind of a talent that I lost.
It was a real... Go ahead. Say it right now.
Zoit labsilb it. That was the Blitzball Boys.
It's crazy how fast you got that to go.
I'm reading it off my screen.
Somebody. Well, I know you're reading it off the screen, but still, like, I don't think I could process that fast and, like, say it like that.
Well, it was a talent I had growing up. What do you want?
Somebody rewind this. Make sure Brendan's not lying. It's gonna come out.
It just says,
you're just going
"Fuck
back,
you,
"Hello."
Peter.
Yes, I go. Hello.
The best. I don't know. I've been thinking about this so much before we go into our plugs. I just want to shout out bacon cheese melts at the Orion program. They're so delicious. It was literally just a bagel, melted American cheese, and bacon. So good. It was the best thing I ever ate in my entire 12 years of school.
Thank you for listening to us. I'm sorry for Brendan's little rant right there. He's wrong. We're gonna bleep it out. I'm gonna message our editor to bleep that whole thing out at the end. Don't worry, it will be bleeped out. Thank you for listening to us. Brendan, what should people be drinking?
Drink Subtlety is a drink made by me. You can find it at thesubtlety.com. Use code HobbyBoys for $2 off your order. Go really good with one of those iced teas, a nice bacon cheese melt.
Knuckle sandwich.
Nice knuckle sandwich with cheese in your fingers. You can go listen to the Happy Boys wherever you find your podcasts, or at the Happy Boys YouTube. Go listen to our big collaboratione episode where we talk about the Betty Boos and Betty Buzz drinks with our friends over at the Lonely Boys. I'm one of those friends. I'm playing with two hats that day. Two hats, also great fashion move. Patrick Jacob, a guy that needs our fashion advice. Patrick, shorter shirt, wear two hats. Looks good. Also, please subscribe to the Blitzball Boys YouTube so you can see this really cool optical illusion that Peter's doing right now. It's really incredible stuff. His head is turned into a microphone. It's really.
Can you find me? I'm hiding.
I can't. I thought your head turned into a microphone, but I just can't see you entirely. I don't know where you. Oh my God!
I was behind the microphone the whole time.
Jesus Christ! I thought that microphone grew a head of hair.
I started to see this when I tipped my microphone forward. I was like, "Can I hide my whole head?" and then I did it.
Can I hide my whole fucking giant head?
I definitely could, but my hair, I thought it would be funnier on the microphone.
That is funny.
So I fooled you. You had no idea, you fool.
I didn't realize you were gone until I was like, wait a second.
You absolute fool.
Microphone.
I will plug my brother, Matthew Del Rey. He's a good boy. I love him very much. Give him a hug and kiss if you see him. God knows he needs it.
God knows it.
Play Sea of Stars. Again, thank you for listening and watching.
You're
Subscribe,
welcome.
please. Blitzball Boys on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Music. Beyond that, Brendan, ask me the question.
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Nope. Bye.
Bye-bye.